Uranium stocks in the past day have run record numbers. We've seen some uranium stocks hit 30 to 50%. We're gonna go over that. We will also go over the inflation that's happening. There is a shipping issue going on. We're gonna talk about that more. Some alarming numbers have came out with people quitting their jobs. We're gonna talk about that, as well as the trucking industry. All of these things tie into inflation, why I think uranium could hit $200. We're going to see uranium stocks have the biggest upside, in my opinion. They're the highest leverage plays on the spot price and the long-term price. We saw spot uranium run $3 yesterday. There's a lot less spot buying than there was, but there is a lot less spot uranium in the market. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the numbers and the alarming numbers that came out. First, hit that like and subscribe button below. Do you guys want a third uranium documentary? Let's get this video to 800 likes. Really simple for you guys. You guys are great. Really appreciate all the support on this channel, but we're gonna jump right into it. So look at the numbers in the uranium stocks today. This is all the uranium stocks. This is the highest one so far, 57% yesterday, U3O8 Corp. We had Fission, one of my favorite stocks, 33% it ran in one day. That's what's great about these uranium stocks. They still have a lot of upside. Look at the 52-week high percentage, they're still down by. So it's great. Uranium has very, volatile moves. But one of the main reasons this is happening is this issue with shipping and inflation going up. I really do think a lot more money is moving into the commodity sector, especially energy. Look at this, 350% for gas. We see uranium down here, 29%. It's still up for the year, but everything else is up 50 to 350 plus percent. So I think we're gonna start to see these numbers rise higher and higher for energy and other commodities, food. And one of the main reasons here, you can see in this, is as shipping costs go up, you see oil prices as well as metals and minerals go up and food prices go up. So a lot of people have been seeing this in the overall, every sector pretty much. Prices for everything going up. The cost for shipping has gone up tremendously. Crazy numbers. It's hard to get a lot of things in, but you really got to watch this, because I think inflation numbers come out today. I think it's going to be a lot higher than people think. One of the main issues with this is you've got all of these shipping containers getting not only backed up at the yards, they're also having this crisis where a lot of these ships I've talked about in previous videos are just sitting out there anchored, or they're not even dropping these containers off. So we've got this bottleneck going on. So this is Savannah, Georgia. I think there's 80,000 containers just sitting there. So truckers are not able to come in. And we've seen an issue with trucking, the trucking sector. We've had record quitting, people quitting, 4.3 million back in August. And I think this is just gonna raise the price in everything. There's this supply disruption going on. And it really does start here. This is really the house of cards that we built, I believe. And the shipping and transportation sector really is the bottom piece to everything. I think you're gonna start to see inflation go up. And how are they gonna battle that? They could raise rates. Now, if you look here, Americans, I've talked about this earlier, Americans are quitting their jobs in record numbers. We haven't seen this 2.9%. 4.3 million. We haven't seen this much since December of 2000. Okay, people. And this was in August. As things with government, government pushing certain things in the healthcare industry, we're probably going to see this number double. It's going to get pretty crazy. Now we're seeing not only the trucking sector really affected. We're seeing the airlines industry. Southwest Airlines had the same issues, canceled flights. We're starting to see it happen in the healthcare industry, which is really sad. These things are happening. Teaching, all of these sectors, people are quitting. It could also be because of the people aren't getting paid enough. When in the trucking sector, that's really one of the big reasons. Another thing is people are retiring. But back to uranium. Uranium, I just tweeted this not too long ago. Uranium is actually trending. A lot more money is coming back into the uranium sector. We're starting to see a lot more eyes. This is trending here on Twitter. A lot more people are starting to see nuclear as a real help to get these carbon goals down. Here's a real quick thing I want to share with you guys, a deep dive in container shipping challenges. So in the past 18 months, it's led to this perfect storm for shipping container chaos. So the first half of 2020, remember, a lot of these sailing vessels, their voyages were canceled. They weren't able to deliver a lot of these products that were just sitting in warehouses. So this really created this bottleneck. July 2020, a lot of US consumers started purchasing things again. So the ships returned on their voyages. November to December, some ocean carriers began avoiding handling a lot of agricultural products, these exports. So you're starting to see real issues come on as the first half of 2020 US imports demand surged again, and then import rates climbed to record levels. So you saw all of these issues, and this is some little article from the agricultural side. Food prices going up. We're starting to see, but it's not just there. It's also, I've talked about the trucking industry, the truck driver shortage is causing a lot of this. We're seeing record, people retiring. I think that said there was like 60,000 plus truck drivers had quit since early 2020. And a lot of these people, they also, you got to be qualified. This isn't just something just everyone can do right off the bat. There has to be qualifications for this. So a lot of this is driving up prices in all items around the world, not just in the US, but also in the United Kingdom. This has caused prices in gas to go up. So it's really just this, the trucking industry, the shipping industry really is this house of cards. It's the bottom pieces of the house of cards. And I think that if we continue to see this, it really can cause inflation issues. And that's when the market's really gonna, start to react, I think. Something Bloomberg, they said stocks bounce with futures. The futures are up before inflation data. So remember, inflation data comes out as well as some of the biggest companies are reporting. So we might see a sideways market. We saw 5.3% back in August, 13-year high, 5.4%. So this was back in June. We'll see numbers today. I think that these numbers are going to be probably around the same, but we're going to start to see this going up. Remember, a lot of these inflation numbers are masked by what's called shrinkflation in the food industry. They're lowering the sizes of a lot of these products. The prices go up, but the sizes, or they might stay the same, but the sizes are getting smaller. You're starting to see this. So, there's ways they're battling this, but the true numbers are a lot higher, I think, out there. We're starting to see prices rise in everything, as you saw earlier. But back to uranium to $200. We're starting to see Sprott buy more uranium. They actually raised a record, 8.2 million for $90 million worth to stack 400,000 pounds yesterday. So the spot price ran $3. And, you had that news as well as a lot of positive sentiment for uranium in Europe, as France and I think Poland were really pushing to get nuclear to be seen as a viable option to really battle the climate goals. France wants to build these small modular reactors. So this is very positive for the nuclear sector, and uranium is going to go up. As we saw, the prices of everything is going up, and especially in the energy sector, the prices have to get a lot higher. I'm very bullish on uranium. If we continue to see lower, the market overall correcting any, I will be buying uranium stocks. I have more cash to do that. Hit that like and subscribe button below if you want that next uranium documentary. Let's get 800 likes. Thanks for watching this full video, and until next time.